All right, we are live, waiting for SMCI earnings today. This is going to be super interesting. The day before elections and markets are fantastic. Ha! All right, ladies and gents. We have a couple of people that asked for this, so we're going to make sure we have them ready. Oh, market so far is doing fantastic. It's just an amazing day. Whew. The election is getting through. Hopefully we get some results quickly and easy. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to another episode of Scotch and Stocks. Today is the day to drink. Markets are treating me nice. Well, hopefully they continue to treat me nice. It'll be interesting to see what happened with the US election today. We are expecting the SMCI earnings quick, right? Hopefully. SMCI. Man, I was reading some news about SMCI today. It's looking scary. SMCI stock. Let's have a look. Take some of the news for today. Delisting fears. So but yeah, check this out. Bam. This is scary, bro. This is scary because it can lose a lot of people real quick. Hello and welcome to all the new viewers. I'm kind of surprised. There's people interested in the stock. I mean, I guess a lot of people are trying to see if it's a buying opportunity or try to get out as fast as you can today. SMCI Investor Relations. I have my scanners ready to go. So as soon as we have the data, we should come out. I'm not sure if they're reporting right after earnings, but let's try to keep it here and let's put the stock that we're all the big stock of the day, SMCI. I don't know if there's that many people paying attention to the stock. That's the thing. I think this is a stock that you traded, right? Like, man, I wanted to short it at 1,000 and I bought put options on the stock, but I was early. And being early means you're wrong. So I was wrong. But I would be like, it's like I would have made $70 per stock. So that was before the split, pre-split. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna see this move. Like as soon as you get the results, like the market will move based on results. Market closed just now. We are holding until tomorrow. But yeah, we're green today. I mean, those Palantir options are paying fantastically. All right, let's have a look. Pay attention. Yeah, you see how busy my corporate overview, latest financial results. Let's have a look. Q4. So we're waiting for Q1. Okay. November 5th. So it's today. Oh man. It could. Like, I mean, like the stock could do well, you know? It is a possibility, but again, they're gonna do a 120 stock split again, so they're gonna shove it up again. That sucks. So 120 what? That makes the stock $200? Is that right? All right, nothing yet in the earnings so far. Crap. Well, if it's 120, no, actually that's $400, isn't it? If it's sitting at $30. Whoop, whoop. Stock's moving. Let's make the chart big. Getting a lot of volatility. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, correct. Well, by the way, don't forget to subscribe before the earnings. The stock's moving so far, so if you're seeing me on eToro, welcome. I have a YouTube channel. You can click and then you can subscribe, and we stream important events. Boom. All right, let's have a look. Refresh the page and let's see. Press release, press release. Yeah, around that. That does make sense. I'm surprised. There's like 5 people viewing. Incredible. SMCI, like, I don't think that there's going to be that many people like covering the stock. It's just been getting so pummeled, right? There's quite a bit of volume going into the close. Maybe like that would have been a good trade just before the earnings and then potentially playing the upside, but don't you know, pump it up. You gotta pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. By the way, the expected results, I wrote it on the eToro post, but we are expecting, I think the expected value for it is going to be, let's have a look real quick. So the expected earnings per share is going to be 73 cents, and then the revenue is expected to come in at $6.4 billion. Anything higher than that's going to pump the stock, but I also want to pay attention to margins as well. Did I miss it? No, I haven't missed it. Nothing has come out yet. Got it in the hot seat, but man. Let's have a look. Markets seem to be pricing in a Trump win right away. I think First Solar was down a little bit today, but we shall see. Dun dun. Dun dun. Lols. Oh man. Stock's pretty flat. Like it's just like look at this story, man. I look at the weekly. I shorted this stock here. Like literally like I think it was here. And then it bounced back. And I didn't get paid. What do you mean? I don't understand the question. How can they release earnings? I think so. They were supposed to release earnings last week, but I think they delayed it because their accounting firm quit. By the way, I'm not trading this stock. I have no position in this stock. I'm just doing it because sis wants, man, I need to put the chat up there. I forget. I'm refreshing the page, but there's no news yet. I'm waiting for the Q1 view of financial reports, and then we need to see Q1. We're expecting Q1 2025, right? Yeah. That's what we're waiting for. View all events. No, because the people that quit were the firm that were auditing them, and they were like, this is too messed up. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what people are scared of. So it wasn't just the people, it was like the people that were hired to like audit them. Like the accounting firm, as I understand. So there's still hope. You know, the problem is at the end of the day, they're still just a server rack company. That's the problem that I have with SMCI. Dang, we got 11 people watching. Crazy. I'm glad I streamed this. I'm glad you came, bro. I'm glad you came. Gotta wait for the results. If you have any news, post it. I'm still gonna be waiting for the results here. I'm hoping to get them quick, but yeah, welcome. There's like 10 people watching the stream, which I'm kind of surprised about. You know, so there's definitely an appetite for. Would be nice. I'm still waiting. I'm just refreshing the investor website, and then I do have a couple of scanners. Whew. It's the problem. That, I mean, I like my sleep. That's why I like to diversify. And it's paid me well. You know what I mean? But yeah. Holy. I went to short right here. I was like here. You know what I mean? Like I shorted here. And then it went back up and I was like, damn. And then here. So I tell everybody, I'm like, I hope for the best. I hope I'm wrong. But this is like, it's like, look at my portfolio, right? Here, let me have a look. Let me have a look. So if we go to my portfolio, like right now, like look, like right. So it's like, it should what? It's doing 40. Oh, I might be streaming for an hour. I don't mind. I actually don't mind at all. It should be a close, no? Damn. Like their call is probably then. When is their call? Now you've got me worried. Webcast. Let's have a look. But they usually put the results just beforehand, no? Super micro schedules, 5 p. Okay. So 5 p.m. PT. So the call is in an hour, but usually you get the results like, or they already pop the results. That's weird. La acción es super grande. Presa. No, we're still waiting for them. Yeah, right? So they call. But usually they give you the press release before they call, right? And it's usually like the important numbers and then everybody posts about it. Am I gonna listen to an SMCI freaking earnings call? I did not expect it, but I might. There's a lot of people interested in the stock. That's cool. By the way, welcome to the stream, guys. I do stream every now and then. I don't know how many times because this is an ad, so this is pretty much an ad read. As long as there is not, But yeah, subscribe to the channel. It's a click. It makes me want to do this more, I guess. It really doesn't. I do have Excel of it. You think so? Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm gonna be here. You know. Usually, let's have a look. So if we go to the ones from before, let's have a look. Huh. I ask everybody. I have 12 people watching. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's a crowd out there. Ask ChatGPT. Let's see. Let's have a look. Let me just refresh something. A couple of things here. Kind of glad. So they do show the content a lot. By the way, if you see it, hit like because it shows more people. Man, I remember the Mara earnings I did. You gotta cover the meme stocks. People love them meme stocks. I appreciate the update though. Bam. Oh man. Let's have a look. ETFs yields 200%. I don't like that. Oh man. Let's have a look. Oh man, there's no news. Nothing. Stock's flat. There's more movement because of just market volatility and elections. Might as well look at the elections. Look, let's go to X. Let's go to Twitter. Well, SMCI post. Bam, bam. Tuesday, November. So at some point, yeah, like typically, yeah, this is what I'm used to. It's like typically companies release their earnings report shortly before the scheduled conference call. Therefore, it's expected shortly before 5. Usually it's like an hour, 30 minutes beforehand. Stock's flat. You usually see the stock move, and then that's what freaks you out and moves you. Oh man, big question. SMCI. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, stocks I like. What was I talking about? Stocks I like. I like Nvidia right now. Nvidia's ahead of the game. We'll see these earnings. I want to buy a leather jacket for the earnings. But I'm not like I don't wear leather jackets, so like I bet you I buy leather jackets and everything goes to shit. But I want to buy a leather jacket for the stream. And I want to make a little bit event out of it. For sure. It's gonna be a fun one. Try to get the boys from the market bus. Oh man. All right, let's have a look. Well, no, that's not the one. It's meant to be here. Yeah, I know. I forget. My brother got me a gift. ADHD Avenue. I'm gonna be putting in the background. Except Nvidia, I meant like I'm a boring guy. Okay, fine. All right, let me give you an interesting one. Like I bought Palantir stock yesterday. I bought Palantir options yesterday. Oh, hello. We got a bunch of PIs here. Let's go. Man, we gotta get you guys everybody in the call. I know it is at all time highs, but like Nvidia was at all time highs at 60, at 70, at 80, at 90. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe you get a retracement. Well, what if you don't, right? So if you like the stock and you're holding long term, right? Valuations, but I do agree, it's massively overpriced, but they're growing earnings quite rapidly. I would want to do a little bit more analysis in order to kind of give you sort of like a decisive thing. I think that if okay, nothing. Oh, I saw a lot of red. Yeah, there we go. Financial information. Okay. I think it's out. That's not good. That's not good, dude. All right, stocks way down. Let's have a look. Let's look at the news from the company. This might drive the price of microchips down. Other than Palantir, okay, I'll give you. I think, like right now, for example, you have Riot. I like Mara just because of their focus on Bitcoin alone. No, that's not the one I need to read. Supermicro, that's just an update. I'm trying to find that. If anybody's got the link, don't be afraid of posting it. Fuel events. Trying to figure out what the news are. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Supermicro's Q1 view of sales. 5 point. This is weird. All right, give me the proper information. Holy crap. Okay, close this. You're gonna give me that. All right. Hmm. I'll give you my update. But right now I'm boring. Like everything, it just makes sense. You just buy, like you buy. Right now it's like long term. Yeah. All right. Let's have a look. Ba-bam. Image description shall not be considered. Blah blah blah. Well, Keep opening the same thing. I hate this. Let me have a look. We got some news, and the market definitely did not like it. We dropped quite a substantial amount. 15% down after whatever news we got. I'm still trying to figure it out. Oh, okay, there we go. Earnings per share comes in at 68 cents. Okay, there we go. They're starting to come out. Beautiful. Fastest news. All right, so yeah, earnings per share comes in at 68 cents and 70 cents. Yeah. Q2 is expected at 83. Oof. So they're seeing a decline, and then revenue is expected 5.5 to 6.1 billion. So the revenue, they're not decreasing as much, but they're coming down on earnings per share, which kind of sucks. Man, give me something clear. Yeah, you see, this is the thing I don't like about this. 13.3% earnings, like sorry, margin. I don't like it. Like it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like look at Nvidia's margin is like 75%. Is it 75%? I think it's 75%. Don't quote me on that, but it's freaking high. No, it's more. Well, whatever. But you know, it's like they're a server rack company. Server rack company. You know what I mean? It's like they have a shit ton of competition, a shit ton of supply in the market, and if they want to be the one that's getting bought, they're gonna have to put prices down. Okay, so give me a little bit. So Q2 earnings per share is expected to come down, which sucks. Let's go to estimates for a second. All right, let's get the data and see. Ba-ba-ba. Yeah, it's not good for SMCI. By the way, there's 35 people watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. If you're losing money, also do that. Maybe you can make some in the future. And if you're making also. All right, let's have a look. Let me look here, and then we're going to go to Estimize here. Yeah, usually you don't have to wait for the call, right? Because like the call is where they tell you, okay, this is what happened, this is what happened. But I'm pretty sure that they're probably reporting the right stuff. So let's look at the news. Okay, so here, there we go. So you see, 13%, I don't like that. I think expected was supposed to be 73. It's coming in a little bit lower than expected. It's coming within expectations, but market was expecting a little bit higher. Then let me have a look at here real quick, because this tells me what the market was expecting. No, we're going SMCI. SMCI. So many people are paying attention to this stock. I swear to God, I get like, I got my reviews were higher than Nvidia's. SMCI is higher than Nvidia. I'm so surprised. All right, let me bring this down. There's 50 people watching. Hello and welcome. Suka. I don't know. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So you see, Wall Street was expecting 73 cents. We got, I think, 70 on that. And then we're expecting continuation of 81, 83. And then that's already coming down to 60, I think they said. Yeah, Q2 we're expecting 65. So that's already lower. So then that tells you that the valuation for the company and the high PE ratios that it probably has, which I'm actually not sure because I don't trade this stock. PE PE ratio for SMCI is probably bonkers. That's actually not crazy. What? It's at 13. But they're starting to come down. So that is the scary bit when it comes to what? Yeah, their earnings are out. So I'm still trying to figure I'm still trying to go through the data, but yeah, earnings are out. Here. Oh, that's Q2. God damn it. Why are they not super? Okay, there we go. So it's like it's not normal the way that I'm getting the data. No, they're not. Stock's down 15%. No, no, they're not good. Stock's down. It's coming back up a little. What? Stock's coming back a little bit. It's bouncing from the lows, but yeah, we're about 13% down from market close, 12% down from market close. But yeah, the earnings are not good. All right, let me continue through this data and let me figure it out. But yeah, revenue comes in lower. So revenue comes in 5.9 billion to 6. I'd like, it's like give me a number. Like I don't know if they're actually publishing the records because of they had issues with their accounting firm that left, but they're all over the place. And then guidance is not good either. Guidance is coming down as well, which is not ideal in this. Here, I'll show you the results so we can all learn together. So let's see. You see, this is this is the problem with this, right? And it's this right here, right? Financial information is preliminary because right now I think they're still having issues with their accounting. So we're likely not, these are not the final numbers, but they're giving you a range, right? It's like 68 to 70, and then because they have to give you something right now because they're about to sort of get delisted from major exchanges if they don't do the thing. If they don't actually submit the reports, their financial statements and stuff, they're about to get delisted from the Nasdaq, or they are not about to, but they are sort of facing it. So it's apparently an uphill battle for them. At least I read. The unaudited interim financial firm percentage. Yeah, the guidance. So let me have a look at that. That's also something I was gonna look at. So let me have a look here. We're gonna go estimates and we're gonna go to revenue. I should have posted. I should have this week. So yeah, we're expecting 6.4, 6.8, and then that 6.8 is coming down to 6.1, which is not good. That's showing. No, fuck. That was my estimate. So they did better than I thought they were gonna do. Not really. No, I think I might actually get a good score. Let's go. I did earnings, but I didn't do EPS. No, I did EPS too. My estimate was high because it came in. Well, no, it came in line. It's interesting because they're not the final results, so it's weird. It's a very weird. I want to hear what they have to say now. I want to hear what they have to say. It'll be interesting to wait for the 30 minutes after to see 10 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock New York time is whenever they're having their call. But it'd be interesting to see what they're facing and how they're planning to deal with that, and if they're able to come out. Stock still sitting at. I think I did great. Yeah. Stock's bouncing off a little bit. So if you had bought after hours, you could have traded this. I'm surprised it's bouncing so high. Could we see it? Could we see it come back? It was down at 20%, and then we're seeing it a pump of 15%. This is a company you trade right now, I swear to God. If anybody has any news, please let me know. Supermarket dice que no puede predecir el momento. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so full year guidance is not. They're not able to predict. The main problem that I saw with SMCI, right, was that they were increasing revenues, but all of a sudden their margin collapsed, and that was something that tripped me out. Because one of the analysts that I follow was like, hey, that means that they're selling at a discount. So they're selling more, but they're selling at a discount. Why are you selling at a discount if the demand for your products is so high, right? Which I don't think they have that much pricing power because there's so much competition in the sector. Tricky. They have to do their annual filing. So yeah, let's have a look. Supermicro on Tuesday cannot predict when he will find standard report. Commission. Okay. Okay, that is why. Okay. That's why they're bouncing. All right. Okay, so this is sort of somewhat good news, I guess. Even though their revenues and their EPS is kind of dropping, is the fact that the SEC committee showed that there was no evidence of fraud on part of the management or the board. Okay. So one of the things that they were like major panic about sort of comes off. So that's why we're seeing that bounce, I'm guessing. But results are still pretty bad. Now, looking at looking at P ratios and stuff, I'm quite surprised at the fact. Well, I mean, like obviously when it was like super high, but now I want to have a. Let's have a look. PE, nope, SMCI. Let's have a look. So that's interesting. Let's have a look at financials. That's not too crazy. I mean, this makes sense. The 20% drop, man, I should have bought some. If I had gotten those news in just in time, I could have just gone in, made a little bit of money. So you see, they're growing. Their server and storage is pumping massively. Their subsystems and accessories, whatever that is dropping. But they're growing this much. But again, the issue that they have, the issue that we have throughout. I didn't know this. There might there might be a trade here. So yeah, their operating margin and the gross margin is just so low. Like this is dropping to 13. So that's getting worse. And then like, they barely make any money on their sales, you know? So they have to increase sales drastically. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is going to be negative and this is going to be negative for sure. I think that's going to be negative like what, 5%? Yeah, around 5%, 4%, 5%. Their earnings per share and then the sales it's going to come in a little bit lower. Nvidia's on phase by it. And I don't think it has to be. Like I don't think there's any sort of relationship whatsoever. But oh no. This would have been a good. What's been the move? Stock sitting at $3. Eh. Break even. Stock has to move a lot more. Implied move was 10% and it did move the 10%, so it's doing good. Yeah, I mean, it's coming off. Like sure, it's gonna be hurt. If they're able to like somewhat show that AI is gonna continue to make their revenue increase and they're somehow able to increase their margins which is unlikely just because every single AI company is going to be trying to save money somewhere and they just can't save on chips. They can save on infrastructure and building and all that stuff, but can they really save on it on server racks? Because it's still a server rack company. That's the problem. That's the problem. All right. Mine intends to take all the necessaries. Yeah, I don't think they get delisted. They just have to work extremely hard for the next couple of months. Could we see layoffs in the company? Likely, but hmm. They're still okay. So this is something that's scary. So Superman remains unable to this time to predict this. 10K. Okay. Hopefully. Here's why the stock's tanking. Let's have a look. Hmm. If this is true, this is good for the stock. That's one of the major hurdles that they are facing right now. Crazy. As long as they can continue, I mean, like, I wonder who can I relate them to? You know what I mean? Like Dell. You know what I mean? Like compare SMCI P ratio. You're gonna give me a chart. I'm looking for a chart. There we go. So you see, this was the thing that was scaring me with this MCI. This is what I was expecting, but this was when the price was super high, and now it's sort of starting to make a little bit more sense. P ratios right now, no. So yeah, 56 for a stock, right? Like I think Nvidia is sitting at. No, Nvidia is probably higher, but depending on how they beat in earnings. Hey, it's 50 people, nobody writing in chat. You people crazy. You people crazy. Bang, bang, and then just plummets. Is this 12 more trillion? Okay, so this is gonna start coming down. Everybody trying to sell their stocks. Yeah, tell me about it. Man, the thing was like, I don't know, like everything, like the bubble in AI, I don't think it's in the chips yet. I mean, in some chips, they're like for sure. Dude. Man, the thing is just like everybody right now thinks, oh, the stock's just being punished, but I think it's with merit. Like I don't think that they've not done anything wrong. I think they definitely have. Like, look, my dad has a saying, and I take this to heart. You know what I mean? It's like risk is the probability of something happening and the damage it can create, right? So you can trade on it. Fair enough. Take your time. Don't. I mean, you don't have to write at all. Take your time. Relax. Easy. But yeah. So it's like the probability of something happening, and then the likelihood of something happening. You know what I mean? So it's like let's say you have a 100K portfolio, and you put all of it in one stock. Like that's extremely risky because you can lose all of your portfolio with that one stock. But if you break it down into like 5% trades or 2% trades, then it's really not that bad. You can always wait. I mean, the only thing that should move a stock in theory should be earnings, right? But the reality is that, there's so many other things that move it. But yeah, they're giving you the results. They're telling you how they're performing. You can try to make predictions based on the economy, but at the end of the day, the company has to tell you what's what. All right, cool. Nice. So let's see. But yeah, PE ratios were crazy. For a stock that's just producing chips, they were outrageous. at 56, like it's an insult, you know. And when you're looking at companies like, yeah, earnings are out. Earnings are out, Mr. Mohammed. They miss, so their earnings are not like fully out. They are able to be changed because they're having issues with their accounting. The good news is there's no fraud according to the SEC search, or at least that's what they're saying. And then, but yeah, earnings per share comes in lower than expected. Comes in at expected, what was it, 70 cents instead of the 73 cents. Or it's between 68 and 70. And then the revenue was supposed to come at 6.4 billion. It came at between 5.9 and 6 billion dollars. So yeah, they've missed on both counts. Now the question will be, it's got to be, right? And then, but I think also the fact that their guidance into Q2 is way lower than having issues within the companies, and their margins were sort of giving a sign of that. So yeah, not good, you know. But yeah, I was talking, right? I was talking about this PE ratio, right? And if you look at an Nvidia PE ratio, sure, it's going nuts, right? Like, but it's 64, right? So you'd tell, like, what? Right now it's sitting what, at 60? You know what I mean? But it's a company that's growing what, 33% year over year? Like 30% year over year? What was their growth? I think no, they were higher last. SMCI, no, we're going here, and then we go in Nvidia, right? So then that was the problem that I had. It was like, look, you're not selling something that's innovative. There, you know, it's like they're selling the wood. You know what I mean? They're selling the commodity in the builds on AI. So that was the main issue that we had here. Is the price baked into this? I like that's the thing though. Like right now it does feel like it's fairly priced. You know what I mean? Like I think right now the company's fairly priced, but I don't think that you can explain a high PE ratio on a stock that's a commodity. You know what I mean? They're not innovating, they're not growing rapidly, they're not, you know. Yeah, it's like, look at this. Well, this is my prediction, but you know, they usually tend to beat, but it's like Nvidia's still growing at freaking 90% year on year, and then 60, and that's started dropping down, which is understandable, but they're still growing massively, right? And then you look at their revenue and it's still 85%, 58%, or at least that's what I think they're going to be growing by. But I think this goes higher and that goes higher. But don't don't quote me on this. The further you go from the today, I like, sure, you know what I mean? Like I didn't think there was gonna be that many people interested, but yeah, I'm actually interested in what they have to say, because it's gonna be like, we're so sorry, guys. Like we have no idea what's happening with our accounting department, and we need help. You know, so it's gonna be interesting for sure. Yeah, I think it's in 20 minutes. We can definitely play the call. I'll put it up. I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna talk, okay? I'm gonna talk like during the call. Like I forget, you know. It's like I have ADD, so like I'll send you the link if you want. You know, it's like, so I will be talking. Know that. Could we see a 44 again if they continue to solve these issues and they continue to grow revenues? Sure. The question is how long, and can your money be in something else? You know, that's the big question. I like to say that every single day you hold the stock in your portfolio, you're willing to buy it at that price. If it was at that price, you right now are happy holding it. So, all right, let's see what else is there today. I think Devon Oil is doing, but there's really microchip. I have no idea. This is what their earnings were supposed to be for today. Bam, 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 bam. But correct. Thank you. Yes, I have been. We are waiting for the earnings call to happen. Freaking insane. Yeah. So in about 18 minutes. Yeah, well, but the thing is yeah, I agree, like it's major. But if they are sort of like if that statement is true and they have found no real like all I think it's like the way that they did the accounting, it's kind of like there are financial like accounting trickery that you can run in the background that you don't really lie, but you sort of move stuff around in order to make it look better than it is. But one of the things that wasn't lying was, for example, the margins of the stock, you know? So that was the key sort of part where that was the key thing that I was like, all of a sudden your margins are dropping and you're saying you're having amazing, it's like I think Nvidia smart actually, yeah, I'm able to check this. So the Nvidia gross margins dropped the extra 75. There we go. Right? But they're dropping because they're actually investing in order to get some new infrastructure, like, getting the Blackwell chips out. But SMCI is not. What are they building? New racks, new things? Like, are they developing a new system that's gonna make it better? So far, I haven't seen that. I was wrong. I was so wrong here. I lost so many points there, but I did good on this one. It's nice. But yeah. So that's where the issue sort of lies, right? Where it's like right now they're like everybody's just hammering at the stock. And but the guy that told me 44, this was something that was interesting about the stock, and I actually like this is very, very interesting because for a stock its size could mean big things. And it's this. The short float right now for the stock sitting at 20%. That's high, right? Like that's usually high. So make sure you keep an eye out on that because those shorts are going to have to sell at some point and you're going to see a rally on the stock. Potentially could be now that they're making money, but they tend to hold for the long term. A lot of people are very bearish on this stock, right? Yeah, I agree. Like and subscribe. I have no idea how many likes and subscribes I have, but man, every time I do random stocks, this friggin' stream goes nuts. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, there's people that love this stock. Depends on the election. Swear to God, I need to get a new headset. Swear to God, but it depends on the election. It depends on the election. I think SMCI is not a semiconductor stock, right? It has to do with the AI, but I don't think it affects the AI trade at all. It shouldn't, at least. You know, like look, yeah, like probably. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Wasn't it here? Yeah, here we go. So cool. Okay, so yeah, it's like it's computer hardware. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not even. It's a rat company for crying out loud. It's a rat company. It's a separate rat company right now. This is something I was showing to the people. Here, it's let me go back. SMCI. So if you go to SMCI and you look at their revenue, let's have a look. Where is it? Financials, and then we go to revenue. Right? Their server and storage systems like computer parts and all that stuff still doing awfully bad. It's doing awful. You know? Like if you look at major look at me like let's look at Dell. That's another one that's super overvalued. But I don't, it's like look, when you look at AI chips, it's Nvidia making freaking like if you look at Nvidia's I swear to God, this is so rough. trying to keep a thought together is so rough. But here, so if we look at earnings, financials, and we look at revenue, right? Like the reason Nvidia is going nuts is because the data center revenue is just exploding. All of a sudden, it's like from year to year, you're growing like 200%. But then, what do we see? It's like any company that's freaking related to that, it's gonna do awful. They can be, right? Like sure, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like right, it's like saying, "Oh, I can make the sort of like oh, the case." You know what I mean? It's like the case of the computer, but like, the case is not expensive. It's the freaking computer parts that are expensive, you know? I am. Earning report, the earnings report. So the earning report is out. Here, I'll post the So the report is out. Where is it? It's here, right? The report is out, at least what they can give you. They're not giving you final numbers because they're having issues with their accounting right now, but the results are out, right? Guidance came in lower than expected. They means in earnings per share and revenue. And we're waiting for the call because I just want to see what these people say. You know what I mean? Like it's great. By the way, I have zero money on the stock, so like I have no up or down. I wanted to short the stock a while back. I don't hold that position anymore. I was early, so I was wrong. You know, if you're early, you're wrong. Everything started happening right after my options closed. But yeah, okay. I need to register because it's 10 minutes from now. 100 email. But when did you buy it though? Because the straddle is interesting because like sure you're gonna get volatility in the stock. The thing that messed you up, I think the thing that maybe takes away the value for you right now is the fact that they actually are saying that there's no evidence of fraud. Because the stock was down 20%, which would mean that you would have 100% your straddle, but I think that drops down. I wasn't trading it. I wasn't trading it. I wasn't trading it. I traded Palantir yesterday. I made my week. I'm happy. It's like right, and I'm also making money with with the freaking election. Hopefully, nothing major spooks the market. Like, let's hope that we don't go into like riot mode in the States. Yeah, I think could you break even? No, I mean you would break even on your put, but your call is done, so you're 50% down on that trade. Jump at 23. I mean, like you could see maybe they can talk their way out of it. And the thing is like I do think so. Okay, to understand this, you have to sort of like play out the AI trade, right? And the AI trade, I don't think it's like a year or 2 year thing because all of a sudden, so the way that Mark Zuckerberg was talking, he was like, look, like right now, all of the things that we're building with the infrastructure that we currently have access to. Great, that's fantastic, right? But all of a sudden, when you start investing in more and more and more, all of your models are going to be trained because you're not going to train the same model with just more GPUs to make it faster. No, you're going to increase both the capacity and the sort of like what it takes to build. So instead, it's like you're building with 10,000, you're building with 100,000, then you're building with a million, then you're building with 10 million chips or 10 million GPUs. And you're trying to just like see what's the best sort of outcome in this, right? So we're still haven't seen sort of like hands in the ground, building more infrastructure. We still have to plan, develop, get all of the permits, get everything so you can start getting proper land, so you can start installing chips, getting the energy through, all that stuff. So when you're talking about the big AI trade, it's something that is longer. So can SMCI be a leader in the server rack space? Sure. But there's still time before that starts moving in because right now everybody's just upgrading their current infrastructure, but it's going to get to a point that you can't upgrade anymore. You're going to have to build more and more and more and more, right? And that's when they take advantage. So maybe in the next 1, 2, 3 years, depending on what your time horizon is on the stock, it could benefit. And yes, the 10K, it's still delayed. They don't know when they're going to do it because I think they're having issues with their auditors. I bet you they have a mess. Like, I don't think it's fraud. I think they just have a mess in the way that they're doing their accounting. Yeah. I agree. I mean, like if you're long term, right? Like just keep buying in the downturn. Like I'm not I do believe that the AI train will create demand. The question is how much competition is there out there and who is going to be able to compete with them? Because you have the likes of Dell, the likes of blah blah blah. It's a lot of competition in that sector too, and it's because it's very like the moat around the stock is not massive, right? Like the moat around Nvidia is massive because right now nobody's able to produce those chips. And I know I like it's my biggest position right now, Nvidia. So yes, I have a massive bias. Take it with a kilo of salt. Like with a kilo. Okay. 7 minutes. I need to log in. So give me a second. Everybody relax. Bam. Wait, this is bigger than I thought. I was like, I'm just gonna stream it live. Let's see what happens. And everybody's so excited about this stock. I mean, if this many people like it, the moment they get their shit together, boom, they're gonna go to the moon. But I believe it. I believe it. Don't get me wrong. I believe it. But again, maybe it's a really good time to get in, right? Having a P ratio right now sitting at 13, it looks appealing. If they're able to sort of like weather the storm in this, like sure. If we don't have any major issues with China, sure, right? Actually, let's have a look. I need to, man, okay. All right, I'm in. Okay, cool. I'm in. Now, let's look at this. US revenue comes in at 4.8 billion, which is fantastic. And then the rest sort of breaks down into, yeah, cool. All right. I agree. I agree. If they're able to get their stuff, like if they're able to get their plans in order, they were doing great. But all of a sudden, this is starting to wane a little bit. And it's like, okay, like what is happening, right? So let's say they keep their EPS steady. Tell the story. Oh, me too. Like I'm super intrigued. You know, stock went parabolic way too fast, in my opinion. Went parabolic way too fast because everybody was like trying to find the next Nvidia. When in reality, it's like the thing that right now is showing interest is chips, AMD, Nvidia, all that stuff. But again, we are getting a massive correction, so this could be a good entry point. You know, the Palantir trade. I bought options yesterday and I made I made good money. Um, in all honesty, they are the AI company that was doing AI before AI was cool. You know? Okay. No, it's because I like this topic freaking like man, I talk about this a lot. Like and in my head cuz not many people want to talk about this, you know? So it's good when you find your people. Um what was I talking about before? Palantir. So the thing is Palantir was doing AI before AI was cool. Now, that's interesting because they are very well poised to take advantage. And yesterday in their earnings call, one of the things that sort of like I took note of was the fact that it was like whenever somebody needs infrastructure, the first people they call is them, right? So they're right now just not able to sort of come in and then be able to sort of come in and be able to say, hey, like, I'm going to give you services. And they're giving services to as many people as they can, but it's something that they have to scale and slowly sort of build up, right? Can they continue to grow? Yeah. I mean, they're already like, they're an S&P 500 company, I believe. Yeah. And they're growing their revenue and their earnings per share drastically, which was impressive to say the least, right? Their beat yesterday was fantastic. So I mean, they're doing great. The question is right? Like the question is, are they really good at the price that we see right now? And I think that people are baking a lot of growth in the future. You know, I'm in it. Can you not hear? It's probably only going to be boys. You can't hear? What do you mean? Can you hear the music? Hmm. Okay, you can hear the music. So yeah, it hasn't started yet. I'll move it. Yeah, it's here. Let me know if you can't hear it, because yeah, that would suck. And I'm gonna talk. Can you hear it? Let me know, because if I no, I have to fix it. All right, let's see. All right, can you hear the music now? No, that now you shouldn't be able to hear it. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, cool. So we're going to. That's odd, but you should be able to hear it now. Hmm. Jode. All right. All right. So you can hear it. Oh, I know how to do it.
The end of today's prepared remarks, we will have a Q&A
You should be able to
session
hear it
for
now.
sell-side analysts. So I will make additional remarks prior to the beginning of the Q&A, but the company will not address any questions regarding the recent decision of our independent auditor to resign and the delay in the filing of the company's 10K. During today's conference call, Supermicro will address business and market trends from the first quarter of fiscal 25, including our financial outlook and operations, our strategy, technology, and its advantages, our current and new product offerings, and competitive industry and economic trends. We will discuss estimated financial results, but reference any financial results are preliminary and subject to change based on finalized results contained in future filings with the SEC. By now, you should have received a copy of today's news release that was issued after the close of market and is posted on our website, where this call is being simultaneously webcast. Any forward-looking statements that we make are based on facts and assumptions as of today, and we undertake no obligation to update them. Our actual results may differ materially from the results forecasted, and reported results should not be considered as an indication of future performance. A discussion of some of the risks and uncertainties relating to our business is contained in our filings with the SEC, and we refer you to those public filings, including our most recent annual report on Form 10-K. During this call, all financial metrics and associated growth rates are non-GAAP measures other than revenue and cash and investments. This call is being broadcast live on the Super Micro Investor Relations website. Is being recorded for playback purposes. An archive of the webcast will be available on the IR website and its property, Super Micro. Our second quarter fiscal 2025 quiet period begins at the close of business Friday, December 13th,
They sound scared.
2024.
They sound beat
With
up.
that, I will turn it over to Charles.
Thank you, Michael. Before we dive into the first quarter details, I would like to share some thoughts on the recent challenges that the company has experienced. As we have emphasized in our filing since these challenges emerged, we remain confident in our previous financial reports. And as previous announced, we are actively in the process of engaging a new auditor. We are working with urgency to become current again with our financial reporting. I'm pleased to report that the special committee had today provided the following statement to Supermicro, which is also included in our press release. I quote, "The special committee has completed its investigation based on a set of initial concerns raised by Ernst & Young. Following a 3-month investigation led by independent counsel, the committee's investigation today has found that the audit committee has acted independently and that there is no evidence of fraud or misconduct on the part of management or the board of directors. The committee is recommending a series of remedial measurements for the company to strengthen its internal governance and oversight functions. And the committee expects to deliver the full report on the complete work this week or next. The special committee has other work that is ongoing, but expect it to be complete soon." End of quote. The special committee has not otherwise provided any additional details or information. We look forward to receiving the committee's full report in the near future. We do not believe the current challenges affect Supermicro's ability to service our customers and partners as we continue to grow rapidly and strongly with the AI revolution. And my confidence in Supermicro and its staff remains stronger than ever. Here are some key quarterly highlights. The preliminary fiscal Q1 net revenue was in the range of $5.9 to $6 billion. At the midpoint, this is up 181% year on year, driven by strong AI demand from our old and new customers. It was one of our strongest first quarters in history, despite many customers are waiting for the coming soon new generation GPU chips. The preliminary fiscal Q1 non-GAAP earnings in the range of 75 cents to 76 cents per share was 34% last year, approximately 122% year-on-year growth rate. The preliminary non-GAAP gross margin approximately 13.3%, and non-GAAP operating margin is approximately 9.9%. Both were higher than the previous quarter as customer mix improved and supply chain costs and expedite shipping easy for DLC components. We have deployed the world's largest DLC AI supercluster with 100,000 NVIDIA GPU in a record time to deployment (TTD), as well as time to online. This milestone achievement reflects our engineering expertise and complex logistics capabilities for large-scale AI infrastructure deployment. leveraging our data center building block solution, DCBBS. We are now building full-scale liquid-cooled data center with our rack-scale plug-and-play solutions, featuring our latest DLC liquid cooling technology at a leading pace. DCBBS, data center building block solution, can reduce the time required for customers to build new data centers from roughly 2 years to a few quarters, significantly improving data center TTD, TTO, time to delivery and time to online, and cost for customers' AI IT infrastructure. Data center building block solution is also helping to accelerate the adoption of DLC liquid cooling, driving efficiency and performance while reduce customers' OpEx, achieving greener computing. We expect 15 to 30% of new data centers will adopt liquid-cooled infrastructure in the next 12 months. The DLC volume is at least 10 times more than last year. I mean, this year, DLC market share will be at least 10 times more than last year due to the DLC liquid cooling product maturity and the rapid growth of AI. To keep the DLC solutions performing at their best, our new Super Cloud Composer, SCC, is capable of end-to-end management from chip level all the way to rack level and data center cooling towers, making it the most powerful DLC data center management software on the market today. SCC further simplifies provisioning of a highly automated software-defined infrastructure, supporting customers with rapidly changing workload requirements. With the addition of SCC, Supermicro is well prepared to service many more customers and grow DLC liquid cooling data center market share. On the production front, we are in the process of completing our new Malaysia campus, where we expect to begin manufacturing later this quarter. Additionally, we have been nonstop expanding our facilities in Silicon Valley to increase our DLC liquid cooling rack scale production capacity. Now they are boasting 50 megawatt of power and able to produce more than 1,500 DLC GPU racks per month, with plans to scale up further. Our Taiwan and Europe production facilities also are growing at a quick pace. Moreover, we are planning to expand to several other global manufacturing locations in the near future. By leveraging our strengths in technology, innovation, product design, build quality, supply chain management, deployment, and data center services, we are pushing our goal to transform Supermicro into a leading USA as well as worldwide AI IT infrastructure company. We are off to a strong start in fiscal 2025. Our total IT solutions deployments are rapidly scaling, and our new product developments are progressing smoothly. Our NVIDIA GB200 NVL72 is ready, and the 10U air-cooled and 4U liquid-cooled B200 rack plug-and-play systems are fully production ready. The brand new 200 kW plus super rack architecture co-developed with NVIDIA, which provides near 100% DLC. I mean, the whole rack, almost no cooling fan required. is also on the right track. The new super rack architecture will be able to achieve power usage effectiveness, PUE, close to 1.0. To complete our broadest AI portfolio, the AMD MI300 and MI325 platforms and Intel Gaudi 3 solutions are ready to go as well. Our data center building block solution is attracting more new customers, and our long-term investment in DLC liquid cooling is paying off with world-class quality and volume capacity, giving us a sustainable competitive edge and economics of scale. Before passing the call to David Weigand, our CFO, I want to thank our partners, customers, investors, and Supermicro employees, and express my appreciation for their patience and support until we can provide more information about our 10K filing status. Our strong foundation, data center building block solution, and DLC liquid cooling, green computing leadership not only reduce energy costs for our customers, but also contribute to a healthier Mother Earth. I believe we are well positioned for strong future growth.
Thank you, Charles.
The questions is going to be the thing that can drive.
That the unaudited interim financial information in this report is preliminary. We expect unaudited Q1 fiscal year 25 revenues in the range of $5.9 to $6 billion, up 181% year over year, and up 12% quarter over quarter versus our guidance of $6 billion to $7 billion. Growth was driven by strong demand for direct liquid cooled rack scale AI GPU platforms. AI contributed over 70% of revenues across enterprise and cloud service provider markets. The expected Q1 non-GAAP gross margin is approximately 13.3% versus 11.3% last quarter due to product and customer mix and lower costs, coupled with higher manufacturing efficiencies on DLC AI GPU clusters. The Q1 non-GAAP operating margin is approximately 9.9%, excluding $67 million in stock-based compensation expenses versus 7.8% in Q4. The Q1 estimate for other income and expense is expected to be a net expense of approximately $9 million, consisting of $17 million in interest expense offset by $8 million in interest and other income. The Q1 tax rate is approximately 14% for GAAP and 16% for non-GAAP. The Q1 estimate for GAAP net income is $433 to $443 million, and non-GAAP net income is $483 million to $493 million. Non-GAAP net income excludes $50 million in stock-based compensation expenses, net of the related tax effects of $17 million. The split adjusted Q1 GAAP diluted earnings per share range is approximately 68 cents to 70 cents versus prior guidance of 60 cents to 77 cents. The Q1 non-GAAP diluted EPS range is approximately 75 cents to 76 cents versus guidance of 67 to 83 cents. We expect a Q1 GAAP diluted share count of 639 million and a non-GAAP diluted share count of 648 million. Operating cash flow is approximately $407 million, an improvement of $1 billion quarter over quarter. Q1 closing inventory was approximately $5 billion. CapEx for Q1 was $42 million. Positive free cash flow was $365 million for the quarter. The Q1 closing balance sheet cash position was $2.1 billion, and total debt was $2.3 billion, with bank debt of $0.6 billion and convertible bond debt of $1.7 billion, resulting in an improved Q1 net cash position of approximately negative $0.2 billion versus a net cash position of negative $0.5 billion last quarter. Turning to the balance sheet and working capital metrics compared to last quarter, the Q1 cash conversion cycle was 97 days versus 94 days in Q4. Days of inventory was 85 days compared to the prior quarter of 82 days. Days sales outstanding for Q1 was 41 days versus 37 days last quarter, while days payables outstanding was 29 days from 25 days last quarter. For the second quarter of fiscal 2025,
It likely
we
rallies.
expect net sales in the range of $5.5 to $6.1 billion. We expect GAAP and non-GAAP gross margin down 100 basis points sequentially due to customer and product mix. We expect GAAP and non-GAAP operating expenses up approximately $34 million sequentially, and GAAP and non-GAAP other income and expense to be a net expense of approximately $7 million. We expect GAAP net income per diluted share of 48 cents to 58 cents, and non-GAAP net income per diluted share of 56 cents to 65 cents. The company's projections for GAAP and non-GAAP net income per diluted share assume a tax rate of 14% and 15% respectively, a diluted share count of 640 million shares for GAAP, and a diluted share count of 648 million shares for non-GAAP. The outlook for Q2 of fiscal year 2025 GAAP net income per diluted share includes approximately $54 million in expected stock-based compensation expense and other expenses, net of related tax effects of $14 million, which are excluded from non-GAAP net income per diluted share. The final financial results reported for this period may differ from the results reported here based on the review by the new independent registered public accounting firm to be appointed. We are working diligently to select a new independent registered public accounting firm.
We have to wait for the
and
questions.
complete Our fiscal year 24 audit.
So you see, they need to hire new
Michael?
accountants in order to be able to
Thank
file
you, David.
properly.
Hey, before we get into questions, we appreciate you may have further questions about the special committee's findings as well as our audit timeline. We're not in a position to address those questions on the call today. So with that, operator, we'll take first question.
So you see, they're not able to address. Right now, they have like a bunch of lawyers. Like they're sitting here with a microphone and a shit ton of lawyers. Hopefully they're not here. Yeah.
We will now begin a Q&A session. If you would like to ask a question, please press star followed by 1 on your telephone keypad. If for any reason at all you would like to remove that question, please press star followed by 2. Again, to ask
They're
a
not
question,
going to be able to do
please press
much.
star 1.
But
As a
they're going to be
reminder,
able
if
to
you are
address
using a
why they
speakerphone,
didn't hit the
please
high
remember
end.
to pick up your handset before asking your
So,
question. The first
it's
comes
gonna be
from Michael
interesting
Ng
for
with
sure.
Goldman Sachs. You may proceed.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for the question. Just on the business fundamentals, revenue came in at the lower end of the guidance. I was wondering if you could speak to that and whether you're seeing any market share losses as a result of some of the delayed financial filings, and how do you feel about the $26 to $30 billion full year revenue guidance that you previously gave out? And are you hearing from any customers that once this resolution occurs, they'll be able to step up some of their orders?
They might.
Or is it a gating factor? Thank you.
Not directly, but you hear.
Thank you for the question, Michael. Indeed, last quarter revenue reduced a little bit. I guess the major reason because there are some customers waiting for the new chip, the Blackwell chip, as you know. So people are waiting for the new solution, and the new solution, I mean, the Blackwell-based liquid cooling, air cooler, or GB 200, our solution indeed is ready. Just waiting for the chip. So I guess that's the major reason. And our capacity continues to grow, and our liquid cooling solution is fully ready. Again, we can produce 1,500 liquid cooler rack per month now. So we are fully ready. Just waiting for the new chip to be available. And then
So they're waiting for Blackwell.
We can grow our market share.
So a lot of people that want the racks and the liquid cooling, they're waiting for Blackwell in order to install. So they're blaming NVIDIA for their
David,
delays.
just on the full year guidance.
Yeah, Michael, we're not providing annual guidance on this call.
Okay, great. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. The next question comes from Samik Chatterjee with JP Morgan. You may proceed.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my question. I guess maybe to sort of talk about the gross margins here, you had robust gross margins in the quarter, but you're guiding it down. It seems like maybe it's a bit more choppy in terms of gross margins depending on customer mix. Does the sort of progression to getting back to the 14 to 17% that you talked about earlier still remain sort of the base case, or are you having to sort of discount more or be more aggressive on pricing on the current generation products? And as a separate sort of a side question, just I know you're not commenting on relative to the filings, but any management changes or any changes in how you operate that you're planning or thinking about to sort of overall improve things in terms of getting more sort of more disciplined around and more control around the financial reporting? Thank you.
So they're talking about margins.
Thank you, Samik. Yes, I mean, depends on new product, right? When new GPU chip available, as you know, whenever there are new generation of technology, we have an advantage to grow our market share and profitability. At the same time, our data center building block solution with SCC, Supermicro Cloud Composer, that provide a full end-to-end solution. That for sure will gradually grow our gross margin and the net margin. As to management team, yes, we always faster growing. 2023 we grew 40% about, and then 2024 we grew more than double. And this year again we will have a big growth. So when companies are fast growing, we continue to add more people, including senior management. So we are evaluating the possibility, including the report from special committee, and by the nature, we continue to grow senior management team as well.
Thank you. Thanks for taking the question.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from Aaron Rakers with Wells Fargo. You may proceed.
Yeah, thanks for taking the questions. A couple if I can as well. I just, Charles, I want to go back. I think when you guys had originally guided this quarter, I think the guidance range is like $6 to $7 billion. You came in at, about $500 million at the midpoint short of that. I guess, given the comments to the prior, questions,
it's not bad, and the fact that they missed heavily last time.
Timing of Blackwell, or was there something that changed the demand or the timing of deployments this last quarter? I'd also add in there, I think last quarter when you had set that guide, I think there was like $800 million of sales that you had alluded to as being pushed out of last quarter into this fiscal first quarter. Did that all close? And just try to bridge that gap for me between the delta and the guide relative to, the business update today.
Okay, good. Adam, thank you. I mean, this is a complicated question. So I believe the major impact is new chip availability, because Blackwell chip for sure is much higher performance, much better performance per dollars, right? And the good thing is that look like it will be available gradually. And Q1, hopefully, Q1 2025, hopefully volume become much better. And so that's the major factor, I believe. As to our 10K delay, may impact a little bit. How much I don't know yet, but certain impact for sure. But hopefully not too big. As to the whole year, yes, today we do not provide any new guidance. But basically, with our liquid cooling leading edge, right? In last few months, we deliver more than 2,000 rack DLC. That, I believe, is a very high percentage for the whole liquid cooling market. So for the future growth, I personally still very optimistic.
Yep. Okay. And then two other quick questions, if I can. So, first of all, I mean, you mentioned $5 billion of inventory coming out of this quarter. Any thoughts of where that might trend coming out of this next quarter, embedded in your outlook that you provided today? And then I apologize for asking. I know that you didn't, you're not going to address the special committee dynamic, but any thoughts on the timing of an auditor, of getting an auditor assigned? Anything you can share on that front? And I appreciate that you asked. We're not talking much about that, but curious, any comments on that front?
Okay, for inventory, maybe I can answer a little bit. I mean, the company will continue to grow, I believe. So $5 billion level of inventory, I believe, will continue. And as to the special committee investigation result today, I'm very happy to share some very positive information. But as to the detail, once it's available from them, we will share with the market.
Yeah, and Aaron, we have no update with respect to the audit timeline that we could talk about, as we mentioned earlier.
They just can't discuss it at all.
Just getting an auditor. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we're working diligently to get that done, as I mentioned, as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. As a quick reminder, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. The following comes from Ananda Barua with Loop Capital. You may proceed.
Yeah, one day I'm going to call him and be like, Nestor Mendoza with the Spectre stocks.
Good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for taking the questions. Two, if I could, I guess the first is on gross margin. Sort of, should we expect, well, I guess really the question is Dave, should we still expect it to improve as we go through the fiscal year as you were previously anticipating?
Yeah. So, by the way, we guided cautiously, in this first quarter on our margin. So we were glad to be able to exceed it, and so in like fashion, we're guiding conservatively into the second quarter, and so it's still we still have our target margin that we're shooting for, and so we're doing everything that we can to improve that.
Yeah, the competition for sure brings some pressure, right, as you know. But Blackwell, I mean, a new technology, I personally feel very optimistic for Supermicro's chance to grow. And as I mentioned, the data center building block solution, including SCC, Super Cloud Composer, that provide end-to-end management from chip level to rack scale to the whole data center water tower. So I believe all of those will help our growth. And then we also start to able to provide a customer on-site deployment, on-site cabling, and service. So all of those are very positive to our business. So I feel very positive to continue to grow the business, I mean.
Yeah, thanks for the margin context. Appreciate that. And the follow-up is just, I guess, it's a general working capital financing question. This question has been come up a lot with investors. And can you just give us, really the question is can you explain sort of the access to capital situation as we go forward? And I guess really, how would you like the investment community to think about the access to capital situation? Thanks.
Sure. So Ananda, we put in the last 8-9 months, $4 billion into working capital from 2 equity raises and 1 convert. And so that's really, it really left us with in a good working capital situation, exiting Q4 at a run rate of around $6 billion. So
they sold share
again,
at the peak.
We're
That
forecasting
sucks.
a little down in Q2. So that takes care of our working capital needs for a while. So access, we have a very strong, growing, and profitable company, and so we don't believe that we'll have any impediments to raising working capital.
Yeah, quarterly, every quarter we are making a reasonable, good net profit though. So basically, we should be in a good shape.
Okay, guys, thanks so much. That's helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from George Wong with Barclays. You may proceed.
Andrea, it's hard to say. Like, it depends on what your outlook is and how much trust you have in the companies and what they're saying.
I have 2 quick ones. Firstly, can you kind of double click on?
Yo, I'll summarize
which
everything.
quarter do you think you will start booking the Blackwell revenue? Last time you guys alluded to sometime in the June quarter. Just curious whether that's still on track. Just any kind of high level in terms of when do you think the Blackwell is going to show up in the P&L?
Yeah, very big question. Indeed, we asking NVIDIA every day. So I hope their production can go smooth and go for high volume very soon. And once they have a chip available, our solution are fully ready. So we continue to work with them very closely to develop a current product, GB200, NVL72, and B200 liquid cool and air cool. And we also design some really enhanced rack scale solution. So in terms of total solution, we have a very strong offering waiting for the chip. So we need NVIDIA's quick support. Thank you.
I'll do a little summary of what things I'm writing.
Just a quick one, if I can. Just how to think about gross margin in the era of Blackwell versus Hopper. Just curious if you can talk about puts and takes on the gross margin for the GB200, especially in light of reference design from NVIDIA. Any kind of incremental value add from Supermicro, just as we kind of head to the Blackwell, just in relation to the profitability and the kind of margin profile. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Blackwell, for sure, we estimate more competitive, right? Because people know AI market is so big now. So with the Blackwell, we expect more competition. But at the same time, we also well prepared by our data center building block solution with our end-to-end super cloud composer and with our on-site deployment, cabling, service business. So those are new, and I believe we are able to provide a very unique, very efficient time to delivery, time to online advantage to customer. So yes, competition is strong, but I believe we are in good position.
Okay, thanks a lot, Charles. I'll go back.
There's something interesting about the Blackwell, which I'll tell you guys at the end. But this is something very interesting because
Thank you. The following comes from Nehal Chokshi with Northland. You may proceed.
I'll write it down.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for taking my questions. A couple of questions, please. First, Dave, any 10% customer exposures in the quarter and the upcoming quarter?
Indeed, we will have 10% customers now.
Could you give us some detail as far as what percent of overall revenue do the 10% customers represent in the September quarter?
Yeah, so we're not going to release that data today.
Yeah, but at the same time, we continue to gain more new customers, especially in Europe and Asia. So I believe we will be able to keep a healthy ratio.
It's gonna be an interesting one for sure.
Great.
I might stream
And
that.
then Charles,
I might stream that.
I think there's a strong feeling in the investment community that the chairman and CEO roles, if separated, could be quite beneficial to Supermicro. From your perspective, what is the benefit of Supermicro separating these roles?
Okay, well, I would have based for the company. That's my consideration. So every day, if not every day, then every week,
if you get
I've been thinking about a question since many years ago.
Scare money, make no money.
So again, why would I based for business? So I personally very open mind, and I'm technology guy, and technology is my best interest. But still, overall consideration is the best benefit for shareholder and the company.
And just to be clear, do you see it potentially being in the best interest
it's more,
of the shareholder of that?
I'm streaming for sure.
Of separating these roles here?
No comment at this moment, but I'm seriously consider about that. And someday I will retire for sure. Hopefully not in 1 year, 2 years, but sooner or later I will retire. So I mean, those change for sure is natural, but why would I base for shareholder and for a company and for my family too.
Why am I losing so much?
Thank you for taking my question.
Thank you.
Thank you. The
I'm
next
about to close
question
my
comes from Vijay
broker.
Rakesh with Mizuho. You may proceed.
Hi, Charles. So on the September quarter and December quarter, just wondering how many liquid cool racks you're shipping in September, and if you could give us some idea in December.
David, do you have some number to share?
It was just a little below last quarter, but I don't have the exact.
I would have to say we at a company ship most of the liquid cooling rack to the market recently. For example, in the September quarter, and our liquid cooling because ahead of the market. So and customers like our liquid cooling because save their energy power and save water requirement, and kind of it's the trend. So I believe we will continue to grow liquid cooling percentage.
Got it. And when you say down sequentially into December quarter on the H200 liquid cooling, any idea on how much that is sequentially?
We did not share the number, but I believe liquid cooling will continue to grow very quickly, and we are very happy to promote that.
Got it. And
yeah, from our last
question,
quarter.
David. Yeah. Go ahead,
Vijay.
Sorry. I think, David, on the November 16th deadline, are you guys comfortable that you will have an auditor and file a plan to the NASDAQ?
So we're not answering those questions today.
They legally can't.
Yeah,
they
so
legally can't.
We're like I said, we're diligently,
because they're not sure.
Looking to replace the auditor as quickly as possible, and we will be filing a plan with NASDAQ, and indeed regarding an extension. And so, but that's all we have to say about that.
That's good though.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from John Hamilton with CJS Securities. You may proceed.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for taking my questions. I was wondering, Charles or David, could you break out what your expected revenue in Blackwell was supposed to be in the Q1 guidance and what your what you have implied in the Q2 guidance, first of all? And then second, do you see a risk of supply or allocations due to this auditor and filing issue, especially from NVIDIA? Would they possibly, maybe hold back some just until you figure it out, or are they supporting you through this in just meeting your orders and especially with the new technology? Thank you.
Yeah, our relationship with NVIDIA has been multiple decades, and our growth, kind of the cooperation between two companies, continue to enhance. So we have many important projects co-developed, and I don't expect any negative allocation from them. So at this moment, according to our relationship, according to our communication, things are very positive.
The guy that's doing the straddle, price is going in your favor.
Great. And then I guess the Blackwell numbers that were implied in the last quarters and this quarter's guidance?
Oh.
That's hard to answer because we don't know what's the volume NVIDIA. We have Blackwell available every month. So we work with them very closely and co-develop a solution, validate the solution, and service the common customer. So once they have a good volume available, I believe we will have a good percentage in our product mix.
200 million more?
Got it. Thank you. And then if I could sneak one more in there, if I could, is there more efficiency to be unlocked in your liquid cooling supply chain, or have you mostly resolved the issues in ramping?
It's a problem. It's a lot of trust.
In supply chain there.
We focused on liquid cooling much earlier than the industry, right? So in the last few months, we already shipped more than 2,000 racks, right? And so far, the feedback from customers are very happy. Indeed, the quality, the customer satisfaction, even better than our air cooler solution. So we are very excited. Our hard work in the last 3 years got paying off. And we believe liquid cooling will continue to be our major advantage, including the whole data center end-to-end total solution. Again, not just liquid cooling rack, but kind of deployment, cabling, service, management software. So we are very excited for our DLC liquid cooling solution. And customers like that.
Great. Thank you. And good luck with finding a new auditor.
Thank you.
Thank you. The following comes from Mehdi Hosseini with SIG. You may proceed.
It's a lot of questions.
Yes,
going for
thanks
45
for
minutes.
taking my question. David, from what I understand regarding cash flow, it seems like there was a one-time positive impact. Your days of inventory went up, but you were able to significantly increase your operating cash flow. Can you, did I hear you correct? And if so, what is the item that helped you with positive operating cash flow?
Sure. I think the answer is, Mehdi, that we've been growing at such a high rate and over the past quarters that's really what's been impacting our operating cash flow. Is that we've had to pour hundreds of millions of dollars into inventory as well as into accounts receivable. So kind of coming off of a quarter where we didn't have such a dramatic increase in revenue, we were able to generate a lot of cash, basically $1 billion worth of improved cash flows.
Right.
So it was really, just the fact that for the reasons Charles mentioned, the growth wasn't as high.
I understand.
We didn't have to acquire some.
Yeah. I understand, but your DSO went up. I'm sorry, your days of inventory went up, and I think from what I heard from you, your DSO didn't really change. So was that improvement in operating cash flow all driven by working capital reduction, or was there something outside of working capital that helped you?
No, it was really for those reasons. It was really just for an
Okay.
AR
And how
and
should
an
we?
inventory equation.
Yeah, Mandy, I mean,
Okay,
maybe I
got
can
it.
help a little
And
bit. I mean, when we grow about 200% more year over year, right? So for sure, and we see continue to grow, right? So for sure, we need a much higher inventory to support our customer demand. And then when our growth become more normal, now 200% year over year, for example, 100% or 80%, then we don't have to grow that much our inventory, and that will help our cash flow. So it's a good trouble,
Gotcha.
I would have to say.
And then actually,
It's a good challenge.
sure. Got it. And then Charles, maybe you can help us give us an update on your total capacity, especially with the Malaysia expansion, and how is the
Malaysia.
utilization of the global installed capacity tracking?
Very good question. We expect we will continue to grow very fast. That's why we have been preparing a huge capacity in Silicon Valley, in Taiwan, and now especially in Malaysia. So long term, we need those capacity. But in terms of our utilization rate at this moment, I would like to stay a little bit low because capacity is ready, but no enough new chip. As you said, no enough new chip. That's why utilization rate now is relatively low, maybe only 50%.
I see.
Yeah, maybe this is
Sure. Sorry, David, go ahead.
This is Dave. Yeah, I was going to give you a couple other tips on cash flow. You'll probably notice that because of an improved gross margin, we had almost $80 million on a non-GAAP basis, more profit this quarter. In addition to that, again, going back to working capital metrics, we increased our accounts payable by several $100 million. So that those are other factors that go into improved operating cash flow.
Gotcha.
Hey, Tamia, before we go to the next question, thank you, Maddie. Before we go to the next question, I just wanted to clarify one of the comments from earlier with respect to NVIDIA and clarify, we have the deepest of relationships with NVIDIA at the technology level. It goes back decades with and now we have multiple state-of-the-art projects in progress. And we've spoken to NVIDIA, and they've confirmed they've made no changes to allocations, and we maintain a strong relationship with them and don't expect that to change. So I just wanted to make sure that was clarified. Next question, or actually our last question, Tamia.
Absolutely. Our final question comes from Quinn Bolton with Needham & Company. You may proceed.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the question. I guess just want to follow up on the kind of the slightly weaker than expected first half. Really sounds like it's just customers waiting for new Blackwell chips. Are you guys seeing that starting to show up in the order books, meaning you're building backlog for either the NVL rack or the Blackwell P200 systems? So you see, a nice building backlog for those systems. Obviously, you don't know when you'll get the chips, but that gives you confidence for a much stronger second half once Blackwell starts to ship, or is it too early for you guys to be actually getting those orders or POs at this point?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, our solution is very strong, and I believe NVIDIA will continue allocate their solution to the company, the customer who have a based total solution. Because at all, common end user satisfaction is the most important to every company, right? So I would like to say our solution is very strong, and we continue to work with NVIDIA very closely and to provide the base total solution, end-to-end solution to customers. That's why we start to provide on-site deployment, on-site cabling, on-site service, and all of those new offerings very attractive to lots of new customers and old customers. So we feel very comfortable for the coming soon new chip solution.
So the backlog for Blackwell, you're seeing that building on your order books.
They're likely to file an extension, so that yeah.
We providing
Even if they
kind
get
of
delisted
remote
though.
POC now, and so things are happening.
What's their
Okay, the
market
second
cap?
follow-up question for David. You've recently sort of filed new credit agreements with both of your banks, just setting a date when you would have to provide the audited financials. To the extent that you don't hit that date, what happens? Do you just have to go renegotiate new credit agreements? Do the banks at that point have the right to effectively call those term loans? Or just wondering if you might be able to address what happens with both the bank debt and if there's any risk to the convertible debt if you don't provide audited financials within the prescribed time.
Yeah, so I think we'll just refer you to our 8K filings. We have long-term and good relationships with the banks, and so as necessary,
Okay.
we will file extensions, yeah, or get waivers. And like as I mentioned earlier, we're not concerned about the company's ability to access the capital markets.
Thank you.
Thank you. There are currently no other questions in queue, so I will now turn it back over to the management team for closing remarks.
I could have asked the question,
Hey,
but I
thank you for
I
joining
don't know
our
what to
conference
ask.
call today, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon.
All right. So
This
it's
concludes
summary
today's
time.
conference call. Thank you for your participation. You may now disconnect your line.
Okay. That wasn't so bad. I don't think that was super bad, Like obviously like the things that everybody wants to know, they're just not ready to discuss. But I mean that's legal mumbo jumbo. You know what I mean? Like usually whenever you're going through major issues, like the legal team will say just don't bring anything that can just open up a lawsuit. So that makes a lot of sense. That being said, take whatever I say with 10 kilos of salt. Because yes, I'm just paying attention to the stock. I don't hold any stock, so this is what I got. The miss on revenue and earnings per share has to do with the fact that their liquid cooling racks are not being ordered as fast because people are waiting for the new chips to come out, which is Blackwell. That does tell you that maybe there is a slowdown in AI demand, but I really don't see that. But again, you could be waiting for Blackwell. So they're waiting for Blackwell to be ramping up drastically. So they're not giving you any hints of what's happening with that. Now, the interesting thing about Blackwell is the fact that you're able to, it's like the Blackwell chips, you're able to just like get them in, like take the H100s and then put in the Blackwell chip right on top. So that one kind of has me tripped out because it's like, okay, like how much more sort of liquid cooling are you going to need, or how many more racks are you going to need in order for the chips to kind of go in? So you're expecting for new infrastructure to build in. So you're expecting 6, maybe a little bit longer because you're guiding down, which tells me if you're guiding down, you're not expecting that to come in quickly. So you're hoping that it comes later. That's it. What else did I write? Cash flow seems good enough because they were able to raise a ton of money during the high prices, so they're fine in terms of money, and they're hoping to file an extension in order not get delisted. Again, that could go against them. It's a toss-up. The stock would get hurt, but you'll be able to trade them on the open market, so it wouldn't go to zero. You know what I mean? Like if the numbers are real and what they're saying is truthful, which for you still sort of have the money coming in and sort of like orders and demand, you can make a prediction of what's what. So as long as they're not lying through their teeth of just like everything is fake, which is unlikely because we have seen the data center rally happen. So I have my doubts in saying obviously they're not worth 100 billion, but they definitely could be worth, or whatever they got to, like I think it was like $60 billion. But I think right now they look appealing, right? Their cash flow seems to be okay according to what they said. Again, I don't have the numbers. We would have to look later and see what's up. But yeah, they're just waiting for Blackwell for the data centers to order new liquid cooling for those chips in order to increase their revenue. And they're hoping to hire somebody to fix their books because right now they're super messy, right? That said, they did say in the public record that there's no fraud, or at least the SEC group found no fraud, which is a positive for the company. If it's real, true, too, So we'll definitely have to see in the next couple of days to see how the market reacts to it. Obviously, like the 10% that we're down right now makes sense. We are sort of coming off the lows and we're finding a range, so we're likely to stay around here. There are macro things that are affecting the stock market, so you have to definitely pay attention to those. I mean, like the whole market might rally tomorrow and they might just forget about the fact that this happened. And a lot of investors are looking at this saying, "Well, this stock was worth $100 right now, over $120, I think it was." Let's have a look. The highs of this stock was sitting. What the fuck? God damn it! The highs of this stock was sitting. Oh yeah, yeah. Over $100. I think it was like 110. I don't know what's happening to my thing. $120, and right now it's sitting at $20. I mean, it makes sense because like obviously you're seeing a lot of volume, and this sort of volume shows that there is panic on the streets. And you want to buy a stock when there is panic on the streets. That said, I have 0 holdings in this stock and I don't hold any positions whatsoever. So you do you, you know what I mean? Andrea, I wish I could tell you exactly what to do and you guys exactly what to do. I just can't, you know what I mean? But obviously, like, there's still sort of demand that's going to be coming in. I don't like their margins, and they didn't really specify the questions on margins wasn't really strong on their part. They said that they're likely to increase when Blackwell comes on just because people pay more for the new systems. The question is how much more, and who are you competing with, and who are the competitors that are willing to price gouge or price cut you. So you have to sort of trust on that. Again, this is all a matter of trust. Stocks and sort of like management it's how they run the company, how they trust it, how you trust them to run the company. And I mean, like, obviously volumes have started to decrease, but this is massive volume coming into the stock. This is huge, right? So when things like this happen, it tells you, okay, there's major fear. The question is so what is a fair valuation, and a fair valuation can be decided by discount DCF discounted cash flow models, and figure out, like, based on their earnings. They did bounce back, which is something that I was actually paying attention during the call. So if we go, for example, to the earnings, was it earnings? Yes. So that was another thing. So it's like in terms of, yeah, here, right? So their earnings surprise last time was, not good. They're sort of bouncing up. What is this number? The surprise was negative 23. Cool. So yeah. So that's the thing. The question is like, can they continue to increase those sort of earnings? And they obviously, like, that's coming up a little bit higher. So they are sort of coming off whatever is happening, and the major sort of fear events have come out. The question is again, something that could make the stock go down is the Nasdaq delisting, because there's just a lot of things that happen whenever you get knocked out. A lot of people just think, oh, that not even the exchange trusts you. So that's the thing, Sam. I have no idea. You know what I mean? I've never, like, it's like in terms of delisting, that there's been a couple of companies that I've seen delisting. In this case, it seems that they have an uphill battle for sure, So I would say Spitties in the house. So SMCI earnings, bro. So yeah, at the listing, like, they're still uphill, right? So what we have here is a matter of trying to figure out whether you think it could happen. And this is paying attention, like keeping a close eye on them. They're still worth 13 billion. They're still within the guidelines. They've come down a lot, and that's understandable. They were really expensive, but I do think that if these numbers are real, I mean, like, let's look at Dell, for example, right? Like, let's just say that Dell potentially is a competitor, and let's look at Dell's P ratios. If we look at Dell's PE ratio, it's sitting at 24. So you're still sort of saying that, you could expand earnings, like, or the price. So based on that, it's hard to say. Make your own decisions. You're grown ass people with your grown ass money. So make a decision based on what you think can happen. Scare money makes no money. That's all I know for sure. So, it's like, yeah, stock might be burning, stock might be coming down. We are at peak fear. Ask yourselves, are you shitting your pants right now? And if we're in peak fear, okay, then make a decision. Should we buy the stock? Should we get into it now? Because right now it looks more appealing than when it was sitting at 100. You know what I mean? For sure, if you assume that the long-term outlook on the stock is still favorable. Which, if it's based on the AI revolution and you're thinking that the liquid cooling is the way to go, maybe, Again, if you like whatever I'm talking about and you want to be here for future earnings calls or just shenanigans, make sure you like and subscribe because it helps a lot. And I need to beat my friend that is getting more subscribers than me, and he just started a month ago. So, you'll be doing me a favor. And I appreciate it. But yeah. So far, SMCI, look. Oh, this is the other thing that you have to take into consideration. The fact is that this stock is being short sold. I'm not buying the stock. I want to stay away from it. I've never liked it. I just don't think that they're creating anything that's like innovative. The way that I invest is I look at sectors that I like and then I choose the best companies that I believe within those sectors. Are they the best in that sector? I'm not sure, I'm not sure. But look, this is something that could make the stock price boom in the next couple of days, and is the fact that the short float is sitting at 20%. So they're shorting the company heavily, which is telling you that many people think that this sucker could continue to come down. That's what I think. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, you get the short squeeze. They get to fix their problems. They get the extension. They fix their financials. Positive, 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 positive. Whenever you have negative news, you bring everything sad. I agree. You know what I mean? But the thing is like some companies deserve it. The AI revolution made some companies deserve that rally. Did SMCI deserve the rally based on the AI revolution? No, it freaking didn't. But they're growing massively. If the numbers are real, they're growing 200% year on year. Which is crazy. You know what I mean? What deal? So yes. Well, that's the thing. So they're asking NVIDIA when the chips are. It's not like NVIDIA is the cool kid in the high school. And SMCI is the kid that wants to hang out with the cool kid and is always asking him, hey, bro, do you want to hang out? But NVIDIA right now can hang out with anybody. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can explain it. So it's like, because the thing is just like at the end of the day, NVIDIA is the pretty stock on the block, right? And then it's like, yeah, they sort of provide some value, but not the best value. So they take that with a kilo of salt. I'm gonna put a bag of salt. I'm fixing this to make it look nice, and then I'm gonna put a bag of salt, and then that's it. It is for sure. NVIDIA's a pretty lady right now, for sure. It's pretty my portfolio. I can't complain, But yeah, bam. They did a split, and they should have done maybe a 1-5 instead of the 110. They got really cocky really quick because of the growth that they had, and it was just too much, too fast for a company that does not have the margins to back it up. It's not like NVIDIA that has 75% margins on AI chips that they don't even produce. They just design, and they charge an outrageous fee for people to copy them. You know what I mean? So yes. Boom. This is exciting. Freaking Mara and SMCI. It's freaking just stocks that people are not like, let's cover it. It's just like the stocks to the ground. Everybody's interested. Let's see what's up. And a bunch of people. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thanks so much. Really appreciate every single one of you. You've been fantastic. Oh man. So the thing is this, so when it comes to elections, right? So usually you have the micro and then you have the macro perspective, right? And this is sort of like my own theory when it comes to sort of the stock market and analysis, right? Sometimes the stock market just decides to dump regardless of whatever the stock or the company is doing. Is just like overall the world is going to fire. So for example, if you look at SPY, right? And during the 2020s, right? During the 2020s, the S&P 500 during COVID dumps. Everything is like, oh, the world is gonna end tomorrow, so I'm gonna drop the stock 30%. But the reality is not that. The reality, what is the reality? The reality is that some stocks are gonna win, some stocks are gonna lose. In this case, after the election, some stocks are going to win, some stocks are going to lose. And the question is like, do you think SMCI can win with the Trump administration if they're going to continue to invest in AI? And do they want to make that a priority? And if they want to make everything American and they're cutting potentially if they're doing tariffs on China, that could potentially boost American companies. Is SMCI American? I haven't got a fucking clue. You know? Yes, it is. So if it's American, it's likely to benefit from the tariffs in China if they're making liquid cooling stuff that that they can manufacture in China for half the cost. And if they're doing 60%, they become more competitive, they become better. We don't know what is coming is. Yeah, it is. So that's what you have to take into consideration. So the election is a macro event that is likely to affect all of the stock market. Like if you look at Finviz today, right? And if you look at the chart, like everything is green. Right? Like Tesla's green, Nvidia's green, the banks are green, oil is green. It's like everything is green just because we're getting a little bit more certainty towards what the election is going to be. Now the question is one. Oh man, tomorrow I have to do election days here. Ooh.
Oh God. Okay. I'm just seeing that.
Elon Musk is doing a space. You know I can do spaces.
Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, Elon? First, I'm gonna thank Elon for giving us this wonderful free speech platform where we can say whatever we want and we can meme whatever we want, and it's good. Just like other platforms.
But yeah.
Recently.
So that's what potentially happens, right? So in this case, it's a matter of paying close attention because we are likely to get the results either today, tomorrow, the day after. We still don't know. But after getting those results, the question is what's the other side gonna do? And sort of like the stock market doesn't like uncertainty. And uncertainty creates volatility. And volatility creates crazy variance within the stock price. So you can see that affect every single stock today, tomorrow, or the day after. No, unlikely. So if they were expecting to file an extension and they were supposed to report on the 15th, it's unlikely that they're going to get it done quickly. Because they still haven't hired an accounting team or an auditors team in order to come in and look at the books. The last one walked away from the issue. So I'm guessing either there was fraud, but they're saying there's really no fraud. I still have to confirm that somehow from third parties. I just don't trust, in this case, you haven't earned it. And then the second is you have to hire, and then they could have left for the one reason or the other reason, which is it's too complicated. They have to freaking, break it down and go back in. So another company has to come in and fix it. It's going to take a while before they find another company, and then they start looking at the numbers once again. We don't know how messed up those books really are, right? So I can't tell you, I can't tell you. Oh man, sick. Okay, let's It's
I think the
11
printer
o'clock.
is moving, is printing too much money and needs to print less money.
Yeah, maybe I can do that if you give me the second term. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Elon, just a question about the strategy when it comes to Pennsylvania. I think you guys, spent more money, more time there. You personally did more than all other swing states. Why Pennsylvania?
Well, Pennsylvania is really the linchpin. If you win Pennsylvania, the probability of overall electoral victory is like 80, 90%. Because you need almost all the other swing states. If you lose Pennsylvania, which has got the most electoral votes, then you need almost all the other swing states to win. And I do have some ties, some history with Pennsylvania because I went to college there for 3 years. I know the state, and I felt that
But
it was
yes.
possible to shift Pennsylvania into the Republican camp. That was my instinct, and I think that'll be proven correct. I hope so. Certainly, we've been able to shift the early voting difference dramatically. As I mentioned, the Democrats are actually doing better than 2020 in early voting until around October 10th or so, and then.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. So yeah, SMCI sort of like that's what I think for the stock. Could we see other changes? Maybe. If you guys have any what stocks do I like? Well, you can look at my portfolio and see. Oh man, I might actually just do. Okay, because that's the thing, it's like Bitcoin is okay. Let's answer questions. Let's go into the question and answer section of this live stream. But that's it. SMCI. Yo, great. The friggin'. Oh. Yo, Fiverr's doing fantastic right now. I'm losing so much money on it, but it's doing great. So that's the thing. So look at the market cap of Bitcoin. It's sitting at 1 point. No, I like crypto too. So Bitcoin right now is sitting at $1.3 trillion. So in order to move that, you need that amount of money or more. In order, you need tons of money. The volume is 45 billion, right? So the intraday movement is around 45 billion to move that stock. A micro caps or a small cryptocurrency would take nothing to move. It's like a couple of maybe $1 million, $2 million can buy all of the supply, and then you get to decide whatever the price of that crypto is, right? So depends. I consider some crypto gambling, or I consider some crypto just throwing money in the garbage. It could be, I like stocks because they do provide some sort of there is some sort of accountability, but that accountability doesn't really work sometimes. Example number one, SMCI. It's like, so you could always see that, it's like you could always see those issues that pop everywhere. It's less likely to happen in all stocks, but it happens in one or two. So you got to be paying attention and keep a close eye. The donation button. I don't have a donation button. I'm not even I don't have any of the credentials here. I have them on what's called Twitch, but I haven't used Twitch in so long, but but yeah, the donation button is coming. So you just, if you like and subscribe, that helps me, and I think I'm super close. I need 300 what's it called? 300 subscribers and then a bunch of watch hours in order to get there. This helped a lot. I have over 1,400 views with an hour. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna dunk on a friend. I have a friend that's growing faster than me because his shorts are better, but he doesn't stream like I do. So yes, that's the problem with crypto. Be careful with it. Like if you want to go into a project, keep it small. Like I said, risk is the probability of it, of the damage, and the probability of the event happening, right? So as long as you keep it small, the amount of money that you're putting into it, maybe if it's gonna 1 trillion x, then having a little bit of money is gonna make you a millionaire. So that's also okay. The chances are low, but you don't have to bet the house, the car. There are other assets that provide a little bit more safety and stability. That's why you don't have Warren Buffett buying Doge because he doesn't care. He's happy with his 4% returns on billions and billions and billions of dollars. I need to. Do we get the results today? No. So let's have a look at what Kevin is saying because he's gonna have an idea. He's really gonna be streaming. I think he's gonna be streaming until we get the results, which is crazy.
Let's look at all this.
First off, good to be with everybody. Second, if you're in line to go vote or you have family or friends in line to go vote, please vote. We want everybody to vote. 3, Georgia and North Carolina, what I'm going to be most focused on here over the next hour or two. We will get early numbers there. All of the demographics we're looking at, older, younger voters, the gender gap, male and female, how many black voters might be voting for Donald Trump versus for Kamala Harris. I think it will give us some telltale as to how the rest of the night could go. And then Michigan. That's the first of the blue wall states we're likely to get something from. So I got a lot of notes here, and I'm ready.
Kellyanne, one of
Oh, man. But yes, if you're looking to donate, just subscribe. Man, but yeah, that's sort of where I should get a camera into the kitchen and then I can have kids streams. Bam, bro. That'd be sick. All right, give me here. I'm just drinking some water because I've been speaking for like an hour. I woke up early today and I did not think. Every single time I'm like, let's just do this earnings. They end up doing fantastic. And it's the best video I've done. And then I do in video earnings, which is like a massive position, trillions and trillions of dollars. And then nobody's in it, which is outrageous. Nvidia and Fiverr. Bro, if you hear my dad talk about Fiverr, if you hear my dad hates the fact, I still hold Fiverr because I'm looking at the capital gains losses and then balancing them with my gains. Because I bought, I sold and rebought really high. Oh, man.
Okay, Philadelphia has just responded to these claims.
Yeah, I know. I'm still so far, Like the thousand one is so difficult, I mean, after a while, it's like I did shorts for a while and they were doing okay. I'm still doing more shorts. So I'm posting those, and then obviously the live streams help a lot too because it's a lot of watch time. I just need to get 4,000 people to watch me for an hour. I'm telling you, Nvidia earnings, they're happening. Damn. It's the way. And then when you make it, that's it. Can they take it away from you? I wonder. Dang, you're almost at, wow. I'm looking at your channel subscribed. But yeah, I've been trying slowly but surely. I need to get more. Casavan Sciences. Okay. The thing is just I have no idea. I thought they were like, oh, we translate novels into scientific things. And I was like, excuse you? I have no idea. I've never seen it. It's pharmaceuticals. In all honesty, like I try to stay in my sort of like field of advantage, and it's usually like the stocks that I like. I don't know, like it takes time for me to kind of go in and research and analyze, and I have to look at videos, and then you go from videos to then looking at the financials if they look strong enough, and yeah, you try to sort of go in and go out with it, but tricky, tricky, I would say. Let's have a look. What do they do? I'll check it out. The thing is the thing I don't like about pharmaceuticals is just their volatility and their variance is crazy, and you have to sort of have a pulse in how the whole system works. My sister was trading them, like pharmaceuticals in general, and it went well until it didn't, and then boom, what's their market cap? Market cap, it's $1 billion company, so it's a micro. No, is it a micro cap? No. No, it's not a micro cap. So it's okay, but it's a small cap. Okay, so it's a small cap company, easy to move in and out. The question is what are they doing? What market are they in? And what is it likely they get approved or whatever in whatever drugs that they do? That's the thing. It's like I just don't know enough about the sector to confidently say, okay, I'm willing to go in. Like chips and all that stuff, I still lack, but I've done my due diligence. I've done part of my due diligence when it comes to it, just paying attention to like the releases and the products and the things and all of that, right? So I understand sort of how the cyclicality of the stock goes, and then that gives me a little bit of an edge. In pharmaceuticals, I just don't have an edge in order to kind of go in and say, hey, this is the sort of way that you want to sort of approach it. Hmm. Biotech. Do they have earnings today? No, 5 days ago. Okay. Well, probably if they're in the American market, they're likely to be in here. Nope. Yeah, they're here. Let's have a look. All right. So they're a loss. Earnings per share, they're losing money every year. That's interesting. That's very interesting. 44% short float. Nuts. Tricky. Let's have a look. What are the insiders doing? It's like you start looking at the financials and you see, okay, how are they behaving month after month? How is their income? How is their balance sheet? Do they borrow? No. I'll check it out, but no promises. No promises. I post on, look, most of the stuff that I post is like whenever I find something interesting is Twitter, and then on eToro I post a lot too. I enjoy the posting on eToro. Bam. But yeah. Bam, bam, bam. I need to do my I need to do so much stuff. But yeah, I just don't know enough. Like I have like for pharmaceuticals right now, the ones that I would like say that I'm following, it's like no, they just had it. No, they just had the results out. Yeah, here. November 7th. Oh no. Okay, yeah. November 7th. Cassava Sciences. It'll be interesting. Alzheimer's. You know what? I do this. And then I send it to my sister because she actually enjoys doing that stuff. I really don't. I really don't like. What? No. Did Simon post it? Oh, that's sick. Simon Poster, my Market Bus episode. Okay, I'm gonna send it to my sister. The problem is my sister right now is in the middle of moving houses. So for me to come up with something, where did you find me, Jagger? YouTube? Was it a YouTube feed or was it eToro? Because if you did it on eToro, I can like put a message on the post, and then I'll give you whatever my sister says. But it's funny because it's Alzheimer's stuff, and she did a little bit of research on that, so she might know. But on YouTube. Okay, so maybe next stream, pop by. Next time you see me live, pop by. So whenever, like, it's like if you ever see a short of me and it says live on there, I'm live. Or just, if I'm on your feed, just pop by. And if my sister tells me anything, I'll make sure to follow up. But yeah, like I just don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? Like I literally grabbed that and I was like, I gave my sister and I was like, here you go. Those are the COVID vaccine ones. Pick one. And she went, she did the research, and I made 3K, and that was great, And right now I'm making 3.5K with Otski. This one is the one I'm holding right now. Otski. Whatever that is. I don't know what they do. I have no idea. I don't follow it. I just know that the stock I'm 84% up on that stock. It's like, do I have any idea what they do? No. Is it financial advice? No. But yeah. Check it out. Maybe you like it. I don't know. They do some sort of I just I love it. Crazy. What do I like? I like EBIT. I like Mara. I like NVDL. I like TQQQ. I'm in oil heavily. I like Google. I like tech. Tech is nice. It's been great. They keep beating earnings and revenue. It's just such a big chat. Crazy, bro. I'm excited. No. Give me a second. Maybe I can fix it. Oh, let's go here. Let's go here. Bam. But yeah. Yeah, I'm appreciative of everybody that tuned in. Fantastic. Just fantastic. 143 hours of watch time today. Boom. Let's go. But yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. People stayed until like the 2 hour mark after like people were into the call, Whenever I get like shot. CrowdStrike, yes. Pinduoduo, no. I haven't seen. Have a look. Duduo, that's a DUDU. Wow. Have a look. Pinduoduo. How do you spell? Oh, there we go. Bam. Pinduoduo. Is that Chinese? I have a feeling Pinduoduo is Chinese. Pinduoduo. PD. No. Chinese online retailer. Fair. Set up in the NASDAQ. Industry, internet, and agriculture? What? Pinduoduo stock. Makes sense. I mean, Timu's competing. They're I don't know how they're getting prices so low, but yeah. Let's have a look. I mean, COVID dump starting to bounce off. Question is, can they keep it up? And are you buying an ADR? Yes, you're buying an ADR. So the question is, do you believe that they're telling you the truth? Which they could be, very well be. With the China tariffs, you could see some sort of hurting. So I'm not sure where their sales are operating, but it's interesting. And then CrowdStrike. The CrowdStrike was, yeah, CrowdStrike, it's the software company, right? Interesting. To boost operational resilience, broker disruption. They took the dip, yeah, the crash, and then they're coming back up, which makes sense. Like the fact that they were like they're just if they're able to again, this is CrowdStrike is an example of what happens when a company is able to get away from the sort of problems, you know. They're up since the decline 40%, which is fantastic. There you go. You don't need to, it's like you don't need to be perfectly right, but even if you make 10, 20%, you get in, you get out. Not bad. Stock's hurting. Let's have a look. Let's go to the hourly. Let's go to the 1 minute. I think maybe it could be a good buy. Like if you think they're sort of rack company. I like Nvidia better. My money is better at Nvidia. I know I keep just like repeating it, but it's true. Any market data for tomorrow? I'm gonna pass out soon. Great. 1,600. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Fantastic stream today. Did I think it was gonna be like this today? No, I thought it was gonna be on for 20 minutes. So the problem with Chinese stocks right now is the fact that if Trump wins, you get 60% tariffs on all China products, which means they sell less. But they're selling a ton in China. Like the good EV companies are doing really good in China. So it's a matter of looking at the numbers, and if you like them, boom, boom. Yeah, you see. So browse features 76%. Crazy. And then YouTube search. 1% of people came from eToro. Crazy. But yeah, YouTube search. You came from YouTube search and browse features. That's crazy. Bam. Insane. It was constant too. Bam. I'm happy. Holy. Bam. Crazy. People disliked it? Really? Really? Wow. You know you made it when people dislike your content. Oh man. I'm surprised this light has lasted so long. Oh man, but okay. Let's just go to Twitter real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything, and then let's go here real quick. I need to get a better graphics card, I swear to God. Bam. Oh man. Leave the stream with 33 people for I don't know how many hours in order to get the watch time. Love it. Why is my computer messing up? This is time. Yo, good night, man. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, man. You know where to find me if you're ever interested. You know where I'm gonna be. And if you follow me on Twitter, and if I ever find out, I'm definitely posting about it just to keep everybody updated on that stuff. But yeah, man. Thanks so much for tuning in. I think everybody, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all. You all been fantastic. YouTube audience, you the best. eToro people, much love. Peace out, guys. I am going to bed because my internet is shitting the bed. Fantastic. Peace, peace, boys and girls. Thanks so much.